Sagittarius, welcome to my channel. This is Cusp of Beauty Tarot. Happy that you're here. Whether you're new or coming back, welcome. We're going to do your, August 2019 love reading, or the person that you're thinking about, relationship reading. Two of Cups. So let's see what's going on for you and your person during August 2019. See what kind of messages are coming through for you. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If this isn't resonating, please check your other signs. And also, I'm going to do you and your person, but you can feel free to switch sides if you see yourself more on the other side. Okay? So, this is your energy, how you see your person, how you feel about your person, their energy, how they see you. Ooh, I keep dropping. What is that? How they feel about you, the collective energy, obstacle, advice, and potential outcome. Okay, so bottom of the deck, or subconscious energy right now that you may or may not be aware of, is the Page of Swords. So one or both of you might be trying to seek clarity. There might be communication coming through, which might be relief for some of you watching this, because if you have not heard from the person, the underlying energy might be that there's communication coming at you or trying to make its way to you. Somebody might need clarity about something or truth about something. That's just the tip of the iceberg, but we'll see, what's really happening. And just as a tip, as I think about it, I'm using the Fountain Tarot, in case you wonder, and we'll clarify a little bit. So let's see. Where your energy is at right now is the Nine of Swords, which is really not fun. Nine of Swords is that, that sleepless nights, kind of dark night of the soul place. So I'm feeling really kind of heavy about this, as anybody would, but this particular depiction of this not so great card to begin with is somebody kind of in a fetal position. It's nighttime and he's curled up with his arms around his legs, the dark eyes, and there's like the red coming out from under him. He's definitely wounded. So there's a big wounded feeling coming from you that's got you kind of blocked right now. And feeling alone. I think this is giving me a really big vibe about you might be feeling kind of lonely in this. So the way you're seeing your person right now, Sagittarius, is the Six of Wands. So you might be you might be expanding this idea that you're feeling alone and lonely. And then when you look at them and you're seeing them as the Six of Wands, you might feel like, wow, they're doing well. Their life's moving forward. Are they even thinking of me kind of feeling? Or, have they just kind of quickly moved forward without me? Or are they even recognizing how hurt I am? But you view them as being successful. But for some of you, and maybe this is a different portion of you, you might view them as being kind of attention seeking. And that can happen with the Six of Wands as well. You can let me know which it is. How you feel about them is the Nine of Wands. You've definitely been around the block with 9 and 9. This has been something that's been a while. This is not a new relationship that you're thinking about if you're in this reading. You feel like there's definitely been some battle scars, absolutely. So far the energy would be, for whatever reason you're hanging in there for one more round with this person, whether it's to find out answers or to try to engage with them, you're not feeling done yet. You're feeling wounded emotionally and mentally. That is for sure. But the Nine of Wands would say you've still got some fight in you. The energy of your person right now is the Knight of Swords. So yeah, you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you maybe not. But the energy that they're in is kind of that their own warrior energy, but in a way that's not always the nicest. You may be feeling hurt from them because they might have been recently dealing with you in an abrupt or unkind way. They are not the best at, let's just say, emotional intelligence. This person you're thinking about may not have been really taking your feelings into account, you know, in a not so distant past, and basically hurt you. And their energy is a little bit oblivious to that. Not a little, actually a lot. And even the figure in this card is like shrouded in a cloudy, like white gray, which is kind of interesting. So the knight is kind of up in the clouds. You barely can just see his figure. If he weren't dark skinned, you wouldn't even be able to see him. And he's got the sword and everything, but he's definitely in the clouds. So it almost makes me wonder if the person that you're thinking about is a little oblivious to the fact that this is even happening this way. They are not oblivious to the fact that you have somehow started to check out, though. That after a lot of giving and a lot of staying power, even if you have a little left in you, it's not the same level as it was, because they see you as the Eight of Cups. They see you as turning your back, not always being there for them right now, which is probably startling. For many of you, I would say this could be really shocking for their situation, like, where's my Sagittarius? You know, you were always there when I needed you. I could always just, you know, call upon you and you'd be there. And if I said come, you would come. If I said jump, you would jump. And, you know, not to put you in a bad place, Sagittarius, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but that the persona of this person took things for granted, I guess is really what I'm saying. And that whatever dynamic shift that has happened recently, which may very well be the right dynamic shift, it's surprising and not so happy for them either. They still feel two of cups for you. And I believe that came up when I was shuffling. This is turning out to be kind of an interesting reading. So they see you as leaving. You're highly hurt. They see you as Two of Cups, like their person. There's something really kind of deeply connected here. The energy that you have together is the Ten of Cups. Wow, it's getting more interesting by the second. So you have a lot of potential with this person. You have the have it all potential with this person. You may be in a family unit with this person. You may be dreaming of that. You may have talked about it, planned it. I'm going to have to clarify why the Nine of Swords is here for you, because truthfully, you have definitely given them the hint that you're, you know, walking in the other direction to some degree. I believe it's out of whatever hurt you're feeling. They're a bit on the blunt, less emotionally accessible side. At the heart of the matter, they do see you as the Two of Cups. And together you have the Ten of Cups. The potential obstacle is the Star. There may be some hidden or past dealings that each of you may have with yourselves or prior relationships, or in the relationship that, you know, that you've had with this person that has never quite been healed or resolved. You might have to go back and heal whatever has not been resolved for this to work out. The obstacle is healing. And if it's not healing, you're both not on the same page of what you want and wish for as a family or as a unit. You have the potential here is so great. The obstacle being the Star is there needs to be some healing and recalibrating within yourselves to be able to come together. Something needs to be healed. So I started to get into advice about that. And I mean, the other advice is the Hanged Man. You may actually need to each go on a spiritual quest, not just you, but you may each need a little bit of time out to get to the healing that's appropriate. And the Hanged Man doesn't mean you won't come back together. If the advice is the Hanged Man, is that you both can get insight out of this period if you do the healing work. Even this Knight of Swords could become less oblivious, and wouldn't that be nice? The potential outcome would be the Two of Wands. That you would still be coming to this crossroad together. That you would still be coming to this place of needing to make a big decision. But you would have options, because in this deck, the Fountain deck, the hand is actually holding two of the wands. In other decks, I know if you remember the other Two of Wands, there's usually somebody kind of holding one wand and the other one's being left behind because someone's making a choice at the crossroad. In this case, it's options. So I think that you would have options. It looks like healing, reflection, pause, time out might need to happen. I would really like to kind of try to clarify what your Nine of Swords is about, because that's really the only draining and negative card on the table right now, is that you're in a Nine of Swords situation, and it's not quite explaining why, except for the fact that you're dealing with a Knight of Swords who can sometimes just be thoughtless and hurtful, not always meaning to. And I would say very well might not be meaning intentionally, because he does still feel Two of Cups for you. So what's the Nine of Swords about for Sagittarius? Yeah, you were being sensitive. And something was said. Page of Swords, Page of Swords. Something was said, either directly to you or you heard it about you, and it was really hurtful. And you're having a hard time coming back from it. Just did not expect it. I think you did not expect it. What is it? Can you give us any more information about the hurtful situation for Sagittarius? Might be illuminating. It could be the form of text, communication, again, something, communication. It's just, again, it's a communication. Something to do with communication that felt like a betrayal for you. And again, we have the Eight of Cups. So it started to turn you on your heels to think, should I walk away? I've invested so much time, energy, and emotion in this. They do see you as Eight of Cups, and it made you think, maybe, evaluating, do I continue to invest in this? So something was said, and it felt like a betrayal. You either heard about it from somebody else, or it was directly from them to you. I think, at the end of the day, there's love here, no doubt. But in order to get past that deep feeling of hurt and betrayal, and maybe just clarifying if there's an assumption that you are making that's not real, there has to be a coming together, at least a conversation between the two of you to try and clear the air. And this Knight of Swords is going to need to not come at you with making you feel any less than valid for airing your concerns, because the Knight of Swords would be the kind of person who would make you feel like you're being dramatic if you were to say that there's something that you need to talk about. So you need to draw on the fact that you have had this partnership. It has been worth it up to this point. You have all this potential. If you want to get clarity, I don't know if that's, this August time frame will be it, or maybe it'll be more into September. Maybe you do need a little bit of a healing and time out with the Star card and the Hanged Man. Ultimately, something needs to be transmuted, changed, ended before there can be happiness here. Something will need to end. But Ten of Cups, Ten of Cups. There's happiness. There's definitely a happiness potential with two Ten of Cups here. So that's very, very positive, Sagittarius. Something will need to end, change, never look back, has to be sorted out. It doesn't mean necessarily that this person will never be continuing on with you, but something has to get sorted out, and it may mean that something has to really transform here. The good news is I think you have love at the heart of the matter, so you will end up in a place where you'll gain a good understanding of things, and there should be some leeway that you'll be able to offer each other in getting there. Once you do get the Death card, something will never be the same, and I hope that's the road to positive for you, Sagittarius, because there is a lot of love here. Please let me know if any of this resonated, and you can always check your other signs. And I wish you a lot of luck for August 2019. Thanks.